We are going to analyze Cuckoo Malware tool, which is an open source tool and comes in two variants: Enterprise and Community Edition. For this, in this video, we will be using the Community Edition, and you can get access to Cuckoo Sandbox.org. So there are two versions available on it. That is basic and enterprise. To install, you all have to do is type pip install Cuckoo. But before we install Cuckoo, there are a few things we require, and for that we need to run few commands. These are the steps that we'll be doing for using Cuckoo. First, we need to update our system. For that, we'll be using sudo apt get update, and then we'll be using sudo apt get upgrade. We can also use this all in one command, that is this get update and apt get upgrade. So this will create a system, and when press enter, then we have to install VirtualBox. For that, first we have to edit the source list file. This is the location of it. To edit, you can simply type nano or gedit. I'll be using gedit and the path to the source file. So this will open this file, and all you have to do is add this line in the source file. I've already done that, you can see here. See? So after that you have to save it and close the file. Now what you have to do is, we'll be using wget https virtualbox, the link to the virtualbox file, and apt key add. Actually we're doing it, so when we run apt get install virtualbox, it will download the virtualbox and then install it. To run virtualbox, all we have to do is type virtualbox, or we can use it from the menu here. After we have done all the three steps, we have to install Cuckoo. For that, we just have to copy this command or type it whatever you like to your terminal and press enter. Since I have already installed Cuckoo, so I won't be running this. Once you have done this, it will install the setup. To check if the system installed or not, we'll just type Cuckoo. Let's see, I think it's working. System is a bit slow, so let's just copy that. Okay, it's running. See, using Cuckoo Sandbox 2.0.4. So it shows an error because unable to bind to result server 192.166.1, since we are not like using any server right now. So that's also one thing we have to do is we have to check our IP address. It is 192.168.1239. Since you can see it's 192.168.56.1 and it's 192.168. So what result server is actually is, we don't know yet. We'll explain it in the further step, but before that we need to install MongoDB. To install that, we just have to follow these commands, and then apt update and install MongoDB. And to start it, we have to set a sudo service MongoDB start. You can get all this information from this link below. And once we have done all these steps, we will go back to Cuckoo. So by default, Cuckoo is installed at this location. can see all those files. Type, you just have to go to cd.cuckoo. This is the location of Cuckoo. These are the folders: agent, distributed, log, storage, web, analyzer, Elasticsearch, mitb.p with the Python script stuff, whitelist, configuration, folder, gather.py, Python file again, monitor folder, supervise, Yara, CookDB, signatures. So these are all the folders that are in there. Now what we do is we'll be moving on to the configuration folder for now. In configuration folder, we have many files with .conf extension, but we be editing cuckoo.configuration file and reporting.configuration file and virtualbox.configuration file. If we are using VMware, we will have to edit VMware to configuration file. These two files have almost same type of attributes that we have to change. So for start, we will just type gedit. Again, you can use nano if you want. .config file. This is the file we are going to edit. Okay. So this is all the options we have to set according to our need. Since we are using our machinery is VirtualBox, we will type VirtualBox. If we are using VMware, we'll go with VMware. Memory dump, no, we don't need any memory dump for now. We'll set it no. If we want, we'll type yes instead of no. And this is a free space we are using. These all options are like very self descriptionated, and you can understand. The result server is a very important step you need to configure. For now, just understand that this IP is what we're going to use. If you want, you can copy this IP to wherever you want. Like 192.168.56.1 is really a result server. Actually, result server is a server which will receive the real-time behavioral logs produced by the analyzer, right? Well, for that, we'll also move on to the next step. The system has just hanged. So we'll move to sorry for the interruption. The system is a bit laggy. So this is the address of the router, the path Unix socket for running root commands. Actually, the only thing we are going to change it is the IP result server's IP and the port we are using to go for it. Yes, everything is same if you really don't want to. If you want to sort pcap files, you can type it to no or yes, whatever. It's like the option you can according to your need. So we have made the changes and we'll save it now. Remember the IP address start hardware. We'll use it later and explain it again. So for now, I'll not close it. Just keep it as it. Now we'll go and edit. Another file we need to do is VirtualBox. So VirtualBox configuration has all the files regarding configuration of our VirtualBox we are going to use, or the VirtualBox in which we will be running our test machine. We need to change the option as we wish. We are not going to change the result server port here because we have already changed that in the main Cuckoo file. So this is the IP address of the system we're going to run. So all you have to do is actually you don't have to really make any changes except this. You are using VBoxNet. Sometimes it's ES3. Like in here, it's after it is using ES33, and we need VBoxNet 0. And the snapshot is actually the snapshot, the last stage of VirtualBox we are using. So these are the IP address of the VirtualBox. We'll just configure them later. Yes, I'll let you know again. And the label is actually the name of the virtual machine we're going to use. Interface, everything is almost same. So we'll come back to this file again later. But let's go on to a VirtualBox. Either you can like click or just type VirtualBox in the terminal to start it. So let's just start the VirtualBox. It's installing my VirtualBox to the snapshot 5. You remember we do used snapshot 5 here. So every time it will boot, it will start from the position of virtual machine snapshot 5, right? And the IP address we were talking about that configured in the VirtualBox file. We'll just check it here. Then you can use the option, but I prefer command prompt. So let's switch open to now. Just go to details and you will get 192.168.56.2, right? This is like installing VirtualBox and Windows in it. It's pretty much easy, and I hope you all know how to use it. So IP config can also be used to know the IP address of the server, which is 192.168, and you know default gateway IP address 192.168.56.1. It is same as that we use in the Cuckoo configuration file. Now since we have done that, we need to another thing we need to use is, I'll move back here. Let's see. You see this agent file? Okay, where is the agent file? We're in the configuration. So we have configured our VirtualBox. We configured a Cuckoo configuration file. Let's also take a look at this one important file we are going to deal right now is reporting.configuration file. So just type gedit reporting.conf and it will open the file. Okay, this is the control reporting file we are going to use. Actually, we remember in the second step we installed MongoDB. So just get to the right here, MongoDB, right? Install MongoDB. Actually, for that we install MongoDB so that we can use the web interface of Cuckoo, which is very easy to use and comparatively very informative about the file we are going to analyze. So we have done that. I'll show you again the reporting.configuration file. So you say it's here, it says MongoDB authentication enabled. So if we are using any other type of database, we can set it enable or disable. Since we are using MongoDB, so we will just type yes and the host and port IP is, and then save it and close the files. Let's also close VirtualBox files. I hope you understand by now that Cuckoo is here. So it's Cuckoo1. So Cuckoo1 on the machine name. Label is Cuckoo1, it's again same if you want. The platform is Windows, you can see there. And IP address we already checked. We're running snapshot 5, so we'll be starting from snapshot 5. Now what we need to do is we'll go back to just have to go back to root, and then we'll go back to Cuckoo. So you see there is this agent folder. We'll now go back to using agent and this again ls. The three files actually agent.py, agent.sh and Android. So these actually means that if you want to test a Linux version, you can use agent.sh, and if you're going to for an Android, you have actually agent means that you have to put these files into the system you are going to test or analyze the behavior of a malware or any other rootkit or virus. So you copy this into a system. I've already done that, you can see it here. This is agent.py. Since agent is a Python script, we will have to install Python on our system. So I've already installed Python 2.7, and we also have to install PIL. You can all Google it and download the files. Once we have already done, we'll copy this agent file to the startup folder here. Let's open it again. You see, I already done it. The agent file is copied here. It's the same size. What I have done here is by copying it here is that every time system boots up, it will always run this script, and I don't have to run this script every time. So let's just close this, and since our old system is set, let's shut down our VirtualBox for now. Power off the machine. Let's power off the machine. This will shut down our VirtualBox. Okay, now there are some things we need to know before we move any further. Let's clear the terminal message. So to use Cuckoo, we'll first have to type Cuckoo web. It will initiate its web interface. And what we have to do to access is go to this address, which one to localhost. Just close it for now. It has started, I guess. Has not started. Just wait. It will take some time to start. Let's say is MongoDB running or not. Just you can just grep for it. Says I guess it's right. No, it's not running. Maybe or I just there's no services running. I guess you see here that run the service with Mongo. So I talk Mongo and there's no service running. So let's just see, has it started yet? Okay, it has started, but it says again find no issues. Project changing that thing. So this is the address where we can access a Cuckoo web version, web interface. So it's already open. Let's just go to it. So this is the address you enter, right? Type tells you to go to this address where I am right now, giving all type of statistics you need to require, recent analysis of the files I'm analyzing recently. There are two options. Actually, you can submit a file for analysis from here, or you can submit a URL or a hash. So it will analyze it and start it from its available database and match the results accordingly. So for now, what we are going to do is, by using a file we have stored, already downloaded a bit of, like say, malware maybe. So to open, I've kept all those files in here. It's the Marvel footage. EIC are actually like industry standard virus signatures. This is a normal setup tool. And one other thing I should tell you is, like, let's close this. Oh, to anyone. Let's close this. Okay. So while searching, I found on internet that there's a GitHub repository where you can find a lot of viruses if you want to really play with them. Like, as you can see, it's project created to make the possibility of malware analysis open and able to publish. We have found out that almost all versions of malware are very good to combine a way which will allow analysis. We have decided to gather all of them for you in accessible and safe way. So we'll just go to malware if you want to check, and the source and the binary. This is like Android, every like malware, Android malwares that are available, pass, MD5, shard. This is a zip file for that. Pass file actually contains a password for the zip file. So let's just go back. For now, I'll be analyzing. Like I problem with them is that it's a zip file. It's source mostly. So I'll just be going to source and originals. I'll go back to, let's say we tried Grum or any Hello bot, which are very old bot. So we'll download it for now. Download the zip file, save it. Oh, sorry. Download. Okay. And let's go with what the password for this file is. Let's say, oh, each file is infected. Okay, good. As file is downloaded. Let's extract this and help bot. Okay. Click on extract. We'll ask for the password. We'll get the password. We copied from the pass file and okay. Show the file. So help bot it is. It's all the files. It is like CCP text file. Okay. So what we'll do now is, you can move the zip file of course, but I just had to show you how this is working. So what we'll do now is, since I'm not installed any, I'll go with the standard tool like Karka. It does not do any damage, much damage. So let's say it's submitted. We select the file. We can make like changes here if we want to set the package priority to high. We can set it to high. Timeout for the options. And if you want to do it via VPN, if you want to, I'm not doing it here, so let's not go into that. And that's all. Like we're planning to do enable injection, full memory dump if you want. I have said no if you want. You can check it. And the machine is Cuckoo one, of course. It's all set, I guess. And let's just click on analyze. So it will put it on a pending one. It will stay if you don't go to the terminal again and type Cuckoo. So I'll show you this. Please keep your eyes stick there for a second. But I started the Cuckoo, and now it is starting the virtual box. So you see it was start before here header. Now it will move to the storing, right? Change the state. The state of the machine has changed from stop to storing, and it will after some time will definitely start the machine. I'll try to show you how that works, but system is a bit slow, so let's just wait for it now. I hope it's working. It is almost started. So you know the virtual box VNet 0. That's the point we added up here, and system is slow, so it will take some time. Okay, just let it happen. And okay, the system is hung up. Just some time. It's almost but how we configured the configure file, the label equal to one interface, the host IP from the virtual box configuration file.